Welcome, family. It's time for another episode of Nikki Thomas TV. I'm Nikki, and I am here with a couple of super special guests today. My favorite word is going to be in the conversation, and some of my favorite people are going to be here too. And there is something that you should definitely know about, but I'm going to let them do all of the talking. So today we're going to talk about Red for Revolution. It's an audio drama about love and liberation. See, liberation is that word. That's my favorite word right now because it means so much to us individually. And I don't know, as humanity, liberation is just a word that I'm just all the way here for. All right, so we've got two of the folks who are involved in Red for Revolution. I can't wait for you to meet them and hear more about this amazing audio drama. It's right around the corner. It's so many ways to get involved and so many ways to fall in love with this project. Now, first, I'm going to bring on my girl. She is Renee Wilson,
Hey.
my sister from another mister. Everybody, if you're lucky, you got a friend who people automatically think is like, is that your sister? Are y'all related? What's happening here? It's like, a little something, something. But she is the executive producer and the lead actress on Red for Revolution. How you doing, girl?
I am wonderful, excited. This is our time. Our show is coming out, and I am one of the many beautiful lead actors in this project. So I'm just really happy to be here and to talk with you about it.
And you look amazing. Not that that's anything new.
Well, thank you, girl. So do you.
You know what, Renee? You're one of these people. You just look happy all the time. So that it's like when I see you, I get a little bit happier. So welcome. It's great for us to have a conversation. Here on the internet for any reason at all. So
Yes.
Hugs. And where you talking to us from today?
Thank you. I'm in Mexico right now, actually. So I got a lot to be happy about. I can't lie.
Oh, really?
I cannot lie.
Yeah. Yeah. And I asked that because, she's just like an international person. So, I just want to pinpoint that she's talking to us from an international location. And,
Yes, darling.
so happy to have you here, darling. All right, let's get serious. Let's get serious. She's the creator, writer, and director of Red for Revolution. Jana Naomi Smith is here as well. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having us. I'm excited to be here.
I know this is really, really exciting. Everybody looks wonderful. If you're watching this anytime in the future, you probably just stop scrolling and say, what? This is right here. What is the Red for Revolution and how can I be a part of it? I know that's what you felt in your spirit. So let's find out more. I want to hear the story. The story behind things is always a wonderful way to start. So whoever wants to jump in with it, how did this come together?
Oh my goodness. How did this come together? This question never stops feeling so loaded. Um, well, as Renee knows, this has been a long time coming. We've been working on this project for almost 3 years now with respect to the audio drama. And then I initially wrote this series when I was in college a number of years ago. And then in 2022, I decided to adapt the initial script that I wrote as an audio drama. And I reached out to Renee, and I'll let her tell the story of how we met, and because there's some tea there.
Okay.
But we met a year prior, but in 2022, I reached out to Renee because I knew that she was a music worker, and I was looking for folks, musicians in New York City. And I reached out asking if she knew anyone in New York. And I sent her the materials, and one thing led to another. She wanted to become involved rather quickly, and it was really divine. Because what folks don't know is I had decided to work on this project, and then I was about to give up. And I was sort of going back and forth on whether or not to take a job that went against my value system or to pursue this project. Whether or not that was a wise decision is debatable, and maybe not even debatable because I haven't seen any money since. But um, we put together a really wonderful project that we hope is a blessing to people. And this is something I could be proud of. I know that other gig I was not going to be proud of doing my neighbor likeness. But this is something that I'm really proud to be putting into the world, and I think the world needs it right now. And Renee and I met, and it was truly a divine moment. But I'll let her tell that story.
Okay.
You passed it to me, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely, it's kind of hilarious. So we met because we both entered our scripts into this film competition. And the winners of the competition would win money to produce their film. And both of us were winners. I think there were like 10 winners or something. But during that process, I was kind of looking at my contract. I wasn't feeling the vibe. I was like, something feels wrong here or shady or whatever. And then Jana posted in one of our film groups, like, oh, I'm looking for a DP. I won this award. So you know me, girl. I'm like, hi. I also won this award. Congratulations. Would love to connect with you. And then when we got on the phone, I was like, so what's happening on the backside? Because I was like, it can't just be me. Like, I was wondering if I was tripping or other people were experiencing this. And she was also experiencing challenges with that. And so ultimately, we both decided to decline the award, and we backed out. And so that was kind of a bummer because you get excited, you win something, and you're ready to make a thing. But it just wasn't a good deal. I don't think it was really a good deal for us. I'll speak for me, and clearly for you too, because you left. So fast forward to the next year when Jana reached out to me, and I was like, okay, well, let me look at it, see if I know any musicians in New York. And I just fell in love with the entire project. Sitting, in a hotel room, bathroom of a hotel room. Shout out Kissel, because this is where the project started, in Oakland for me. For when I became a part of this, sitting in a small bathroom, trying not to wake up Adrian and Aaron, reading until 2:00 in the morning this incredible script and falling in love with the character. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I wrote to her right away that night. And the rest is history. She decided to not take that soul crushing job and decided to commit to her project, and we became partners. And fast forward 3 years later, and here we are. So I do think you made the right choice, and the money's coming, baby.
Ooh, see, I knew this was going to be a good story. First of all, following your intuition. That's what I heard in there, following your intuition, saying no to things that do not align. Sisterhood and community, how much more we can do when we connect with other people. And it's interesting, y'all comparing notes on the whole award thing, like, you feeling this? Are you feeling this? Hold up a second. No, I'm feeling the same thing. So that's super powerful for a whole lot of people who are listening right now, because I know the story feels familiar for a lot of people, and sometimes we're afraid to say no to the soul crushing something or another. And we're afraid to go for the thing, and we're not sure about the security around it. So, that's really big. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for picking up the phone, Renee, calling his sister, So that's pretty major. Okay, so audio drama about love and liberation. So tell us more about Red for Revolution.
Well, Red Revolution is a 6-episode audio series, and for folks unfamiliar with what that means, it is a story told solely through sound, and it's really an immersive experience for your ears and mind. And our series follows an apolitical jazz singer voiced by Renee, and a radical activist voiced by Rutina Wesley, who happened upon a romance during the height of the Black liberation movement in the 1970s. And it's told through the lens of an 18-year-old voiced by Jordan Hall, grappling with her identity and family drama, and as she's learning more about her family history and her grandmother, voiced by Essie Patha Murkinson. She goes on this journey of discovering this epic love story. And so we're super excited to get into it, to have people listen. We have an amazing cast. I just named a few people, but we also have the wonderful Jennifer Beals, Miss Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor, Miss Loretta Devine, Danny Glover, Alimi Ballard, so many incredible, incredible people. Adrienne Marie Brown is our series Sonic Guide, guiding folks through each episode, offering gems and words of encouragement. It's a really wonderful, special piece, something that I think will touch people's hearts, and something that at a time where there's so much lovelessness in so many aspects of our world right now, it's an offering of love to anyone who will encounter it. So I hope people tune in February 4th. The first episode drops wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at this cast list here. I'm like, my goodness, who's not in it? That might be a shorter list, you know? So is that another story about how you got all these, I mean, folks together for this? Is that another story that we should tell?
That's a lot. Those are a lot of stories. There's a
I know
story for every single
is
person.
there
That would
one
take all
story that
day.
stands out?
Yeah, that was like searching for the diamond. It's like every route to each cast member had a different journey, a different path, a different way we had to, go about reaching them. And shout out to Vanessa E. Williams. She's also in our cast. And also, there's so many fabulous people in this cast that you may have never heard of, but you will hear them. Don Daniels, Carol Guzman, we have just such a talented group of ensemble cast here. But yeah, I mean, each person, shout out to Aunjanue Ellis-Taylor. She was our first yes. And, I worked with Aunjanue 20 years ago, but, Aunjanue not going to say yes to just anything, so she took a moment and sat with that for a while and read everything. And then she came on with the yes. And then it was like a blessing, not like a blessing, a blessing. And then, I don't even know how to tell the stories really, because they're so different. Some people, Jordan Hall, our beautiful Jasmine, came to us through Jennifer Beals, and we hadn't cast that role yet, and really, really had tried to. We almost cast other people, but it just didn't work out. And so that came through us through Jennifer. Some people we went through their agent. Some people we went around the corner and back again. We're like, who we know? Who knows such and such? We really did, because we're an independent production, and like some people, maybe you send things to their reps, but maybe you don't hear back, whatever. But we were determined to have the dream cast. So
Yeah.
For us, it was like, okay, well, maybe this was not the path, but somebody's cousin knows somebody. Somebody's hairdresser, somebody. We're all in the film industry. It's our first time working on an audio drama, but I'm like, we got, you have to use your networks to help. And plus, like for me, just personally, I really love the story so much. I was like, I just know people will resonate with it. It's like, this is not like just some whatever, they would read the story and it's like, oh yeah, all right, and it really was I think a testament to their belief in the work, our relationships, and some people we didn't know at all. Most people we didn't know at all. So I think the magic just all came together. I don't know if that answered the question, or Jane, you want to add something, but it's been serendipitous this entire journey. So many angel moments.
Man, this really just turned into a master class. I knew this would happen. I said key session, and it'll probably evolve into that in a minute, but really a master class. I read that somewhere about stretching yourself, because I probably would imagine, like, if you were looking at your website, and somebody told you, hey, you're going to produce this fabulous audio drama with all these big stellar people in it, it might have felt impossible, but you did it, it's amazing what we do when we put that stretch on ourselves. It's like that person seems far away, but let me look in my circle here and see what we can do. Um, so I'm hoping this conversation empowers somebody to just go for the dang thing. You know, we talked a little bit about this whole post-pandemic feeling that we all have inside, and sometimes things just feel so hard and crazy and impossible. But I'm so glad you guys did this, not only because it's wonderful and it resonates, but also because it's an example of empowerment and what can be done if you're just willing to jump into things. So just thank you guys for doing this. And I want to just jump in and look at the website here because it's beautiful. I'm going to kind of scroll a little bit. And if one of you wants to jump in. So number one, February 4th is the date that everything drops, that you can listen. And when February 4th rolls around, remind us again how many episodes this is.
It's 6 episodes, but they will be released. A new episode will be released each week for 6 weeks.
Ooh, I love that because that's the way us grown folks used to do it. We had to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to wait for the next episode. That's what made it so awesome. The whole binge thing is a little stressful nowadays. I love this. So if we go to redforrevolution.com, there is a sneak preview that you can listen to right now. So how much of a preview is the sneak preview?
Oh, it's a treat. It's also a video preview, so folks can click on that and watch 2 minutes of a wonderful trailer that we put together. So many of the cast members are featured in that trailer. It's a really hot and juicy tease. So I do hope people actually listen to that. Sometimes it's much harder to put the trailers together than it is to put the show together. So we worked really hard on that trailer, and it turned out really wonderful.
Oh, okay. Did she say hot and juicy?
Yeah.
Well, that is one way to get me to watch. He's saying hot and juicy, definitely. So, okay. And here are your wonderful photographs. Say that again, Renee.
Oh, I just was shouting out Chiffon Taylor, who did our cover art.
Yes.
You had the cover art on the screen before.
Oh, okay, up at the top here.
Yeah, that beautiful piece of artwork by the Listen.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is by the
love it.
Yes. And really shout out to Chiffon because she came to us when we were really in a pickle. We really came through another divine moment. So we're incredibly thankful to her and to Bold Women Brands who helped us put the website together as well.
That was my next word. A lot of beautifully creative, imaginative people we got a chance to work with and are continuing to work with. So pick your teams well.
Absolutely. It's absolutely hidden. It's something that it's visual and it's very appealing. The website is and it's a great introduction, a warm welcome kind of introduction to everyone. So redforrevolution.com, that's the website that we're checking out right now. These lovely ladies with their beautiful flowers and everything. If somebody's got flowers, it's like they just look so radiant. So you can check out
Bethany Hines too. She took those photos of us there. Bethany Hines.
Oh, Bethany.
Hey, actually, you'll be meeting her on Monday. Yeah.
Oh, I know Bethany. We all know Bethany.
Wonderful.
If you're watching this in the Bay, we know Bethany Hines. And really, I should have just known the work when I saw it. I was talking to somebody Oh, it was Reverend Derica. Shout out to Reverend Derica at East Bay Church of Religious Science. I looked at her photos, and Bethany had taken her photos, and it's just always beautiful, um, beautiful, authentic photographs that really capture the individual. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So, you know, we're probably down to a list of 10 reasons why we want to be a part, we want to support, we want to see what this is all about. So, okay, yeah, thank you. If there's any other Bay Area shout outs, you know, we definitely want to put those out here. So this cast list is so long and wonderful. I see Danny Glover in here, uh, Rutina Wesley, Loretta Devine. Man, listen, we could sit here all day talking about the stories behind, you know, getting all these folks on board. Okay, so is it the Tribeca Film Festival? Tell us about that whole situation.
Yeah, we debuted the project at Tribeca in June. We were selected as an official Tribeca selection and took home the top prize. And I always say that was unexpected on my end, but Renee always knew that was coming, and she believed in the win from before we even submitted. And so I'll let her, tell that story, because she really did champion the Tribeca process for a long time.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
all ears.
yeah. I remember a while back, because the audio kind of division of the Tribeca Festival is relatively new. I think this was maybe the third year or maybe the fourth. So I remember, like, a while back in our process, kind of just looking for like opportunities, like where can we submit, and really I found them to be the only one really, or one of the only one, and certainly like out of the kind of top 5 or festivals that actually had a category for audio. So I had it on my radar, and I kind of put a little pin in that, like maybe like a year before or something. And then I happened to be scrolling, in my email, and I saw like an email, kind of a reminder. It's like, oh, submissions opens for Tribeca. And I was like, we were ready. We were like kind of we were in the edit. We were like, they had just finished production, I think, and we were getting ready to edit the episode, and you had to submit a first episode. So shout out to Colin, and shout out to Jana, and all of us to like scramble to kind of get that first episode in. And but I just really had a feeling, like I had a little voice that told me, you need to get this in and you're gonna win. And even my son, who's also one of our associate producers who worked on this project with us, Adrian Snegg, he was like, don't say if you win, say when you win. And so he was constantly kind of putting that into our ears of like, do not have any room for doubt. Like, this is yours. And so I was like, okay, come through, little 9-year-old. And so I just held that vision. I held that voice, and we did what we needed to do to get it in there. And I just know, I believe in this work. I knew it was good. I didn't know who else was submitting, but I knew if we didn't get a spot, something was wrong with their ears. That's what I knew. So that's all I'm saying. And then we won. So that was just, that fruition coming to life in real time. As they say, past, present, and future is all happening at the same time. So I really believe in tapping into that. And it's like, okay, that already happened. Now we just have to do the work to get to that, meet that moment. So that's my feelings on that.
Okay, girl, you preaching in here right now. You are preaching in here. There's so much, magic in this. And, Adrian is, kind of being the oracle and, putting some extra, putting some extra love on it. I love that.
Yeah,
That's so wonderful.
drops in with his wise words, or he'd be like, I don't like this, you should change this to this, or and you have to listen to the children. The children have such a connection. They don't have a lot of filters and stuff yet.
Yes. Yes.
They know what they're on. And also I just wanted to say shout out to Liz McBee, our producer, who's always believed in us and our project from day one. And also shout out to you, Jana, because you believed in me. And even though you were like, I don't know about this thing, this Tribeca, you were like, okay, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna get the best episode in, and it took a lot of work. I mean, Jana had to be in there day in and day out, like working with Colin Gerald Thomas, our sound designer, like to just be so meticulous with everything. And so, I think you also can't be afraid of just doing the stuff that needs to be done. It's like you dream it and then you work and then it manifests and then you can enjoy the kind of the fruits of the harvest, right? The fruits of the labor, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, that's wonderful. So, the energy is so wonderful and good here. And I know that a lot of creative folks are, those creative juices are kind of bubbling up under the surface
Mm-hmm.
because this is what we need. We need to see it. We need to see these things being done. So I talked a bit about Bay Area shout outs. So, as I'm scrolling on the website here, I see a few that we need to make. The fabulous Tammy Hall is a part of the band here.
Yes, not just the band either. She's our musical director. So
Ah,
and she was the first person that Renee brought onto the project and has been more than a blessing to this series and to us and our lives. And I mean, I could get emotional. Everybody loves Tammy. I love me some Tammy. So she
listen.
assembled this really great band, and the music you hear in the series is really just epic and really wonderful. And Renee's performing, and she lends her voice to this project, and so does Miss Loretta Devine and Jordan Hall. So we have some really great, talented vocalists in addition to the band members. But yeah, shout out to Tammy.
Mm,
Shout
mm,
out to
mm.
Tammy and our entire Bay Area band. We love the Bay. So our first recording was in the Bay. Shout out 25th Street Studios, where we began the ride recording all the music.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, this is amazing. So, what I love about the Bay, and Renee, you could jump in here too. It's like we're both from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
We, ended up in the Bay, and it just became home. And as we go, it's been 20 years for me in the Bay. I we see how the story we're just intertwined and we love each other so hard. Like my story about Tammy Hall, she was a part of so many things when I was broadcasting every Sunday at Hotel Nico. So she did performances at the Raz Room, so I interviewed her a bunch of times. Um, you know, and it's certain people when you see them involved in anything, you already know it's going to be good. You already know it's going to be organic and authentic, and it's going to hit you the right way. I always like to say, for the folks, it's like, if you're like doing spreadsheets all day, you know, and you've abandoned your creativity or you think you don't have any, or it's an exercise in, I don't know, self love, self realization to come and be amongst creatives who've been working really hard on something. You discover your creative self through these things. So, you know, when Tammy shows up, oh, okay, it's gonna be high quality, it's gonna be high production. And then we see Renee, you just said Bethany Hines. The list is just it's swoon, swoon. I gotta get my church fan here and fan myself a little bit. All right, so let's keep. If you got any more shout outs, please let us know. I know we're kind of trying to get a lot in here because there's so many wonderful people involved. Good grief.
Shout out to
Wow.
Radiotopia. Radiotopia presents PRX's Radiotopia. They are our lovely distributor. So, and our partners. So they are
Hmm.
making it possible for you all to be able to hear this beautiful story on your airwaves coming February 4th.
February 4th. Okay, so this is when our first episode drops, February 4th.
Mhm.
And then there is a gathering to kind of kick everything off. So let's talk about that a little bit. Whoever wants to jump in.
Oh, Renee, do you want to um
I
hop
can.
in and talk about the event on Monday?
Okay, sure. So this Monday, the 3rd, February 3rd, we are having a listening launch party for 100 of our closest, folks.
Mhm.
And it's at the beautiful Academy LGBTQIA Social Club in San Francisco. Um, it's Black History Month, so we're kicking it off to celebrate the launch the next day. And
Mhm.
it is going to be amazing. It's a listening party, so we'll be listening to the first episode together. So everyone who is there will have the first taste, of what the world will hear tomorrow. I'm sorry, the next day. And we'll have a Q&A. We'll have music played by Tammy Hall, and members of our cast will be singing. And then we're gonna pass that mic. So bring your poetry, bring your art, bring your song for anyone who wants to, grab the mic. And then we're also honoring Miss Erica Huggins, and I'm going to let Jana talk about that.
Mm.
Yeah, I am very excited for Monday and particularly excited to be presenting Miss Erica Huggins with the Red for Revolution Love and Liberation Award.
Mm.
Renee had a wonderful idea to award community activists in every city that we visit. And so we're starting with the Bay, and we're honoring one of the Bay Area's legends. She's been there for a very long time, former Black Panther Party leader, educator, activist, cultural worker, poet, Miss Erica Huggins, and she has had a profound influence on my life personally, and she definitely one of the women who inspired the series. And so we just want to make sure that no woman who was involved in the Black liberation movement um, goes unnoticed and goes uncelebrated. So we are very excited to hold space for her and celebrate her. I'll actually have to send you this clip later on, Renee, but a friend of mine told me, and I totally forgot that I had already met her a couple years ago. But then prior
Wow.
to that, um, I had done a meditation series, and I featured some of Miss Huggins' work and words in that series. And I had reached out to her and a number of people to let them know that they were included in different things like that. And she responded to my email, and I have a video of myself receiving that email and sobbing. So this,
Oh,
yeah, it looks crazy. I literally look insane. Otherwise, I would say you all can um, play it. It's not for the public consumption.
I love
Um,
Wow.
but yeah, no, I was like, oh wow, this is all really full circle. And when Renee and I were pitching the show to various people before we set out to produce it ourselves, everybody said no. So keep going, do it yourself. But as we were pitching this series, something that was really inspiring to me at the time, Miss Huggins had released Comrade Sisters, which is a book that celebrates women of the Black Panther Party. And I went to an event at the Schomburg, and that room was filled. I've gone to the Schomburg in New York City so many times, and that space isn't always full. And I was quite surprised by the turnout and people's passion for for liberation, for the revolutionary spirit, and just for women of the movement. And I in those pitch meetings, I would tell people, I went to this event, people came out, they were really ready for this. I think people are primed for a story like this, and I really owe so much to Miss Huggins and the Angela Davises of the world, and the Kathleen
Yes.
Cleavers, and Elaine Browns, and so many women who I have on my Asada Shakur shirt right now, who have changed our world. And so we just want
Yes.
to honor them, and we're starting with Miss Huggins.
All right. Oh, this is so wonderful. I can't wait. 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 Okay, so redforrevolution.com for all the information you need. Red for Revolution is an audio drama about love and liberation. Those are two of my favorite words. So it's coming on February 4th, which, depending on when you're watching this, it's either right around the corner or you saying, oh, dang, I can listen to it now. So just go ahead and jump in and just say yes. It is the winner of the Tribeca Festival Independent Audio Fiction Award. So we're talking about some major love and major liberation here. And these are the things we need in our life on a daily basis: love, liberation. So let's get a little bit more information about the launch and listening party, February 3rd, Monday, February 3rd. And again, depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching it anytime before that, you can say, "Oh, I can go check it out." So tickets, how do we register? What do we need to do?
Um, Anybody watching this should DM one of us to send them the RSVP link. Comment on the video or wherever this is streamed, comment that you want in, and somebody will be in touch with the
Okay, we'll
information.
go ahead and put it in the post here. So you could just go ahead and click above and RSVP if you're watching this before Monday, February 3rd, and you can be a part of it, or you could support. I'm sure there's many ways to support going forward, because with a project like this, it's like we want more of this energy. And when we have two talented ladies and a talented cast like this, we know there's a whole lot more that we want to see, because it's really a magical gathering of talent. Is there anything else you guys want to jump in and tell us about? Because we're all excited and hyped now.
Well, I wanted to say shout out to Nikki Thomas, our host of the party. So I know
Oh,
y'all
that's right.
I know y'all love Nikki. So come on, get in that number. That and yeah, there's many ways that people can be supportive of us and this project. They can donate to the project if they like. If you like what you hear, you like you see, the money goes to really helping keeping the engine going and helping us be able to put on more events and even do a season 2 if that all works out. So there's links on the website, ways you can donate. It's a fully tax deductible donation. If for some reason something's weird with it, just reach out to one of us and we'll be happy to help you take care of that. People can go to our Instagram and follow Red for Revolution. That is always helpful. They can just push it out. If you love it, please share on social media and hashtag, Red for Revolution, Red with the number 4 Revolution. And I also wanted to say that, we would love for this to become a visual medium at some point. So if anybody's out there interested in working on helping take Red for Revolution to its next iteration as a television show or a film, holla at the producers.
do definitely holler at us, and make sure you tune in February 4th and subscribe, like, comment, share, leave a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's really important. That's really key in the podcast world, leaving reviews. So if you could take a moment after you listened and tell the world how much you loved it, we would really appreciate that too.
Well, this has been amazing. I am so excited. I'm excited to support. I'm excited to be a part of the gathering. And I am so excited about just the story behind how it came to be. I feel like the things that are sitting in my head is like, maybe I can do it. So you ladies have empowered us today. And I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. So once again, family, go to redforrevolution.com. This is an audio drama about love and liberation. And you can support, you can listen to the sneak peek, you can catch the episodes. Wherever you listen to your podcast, it'll be there. And we would love to see you at the listening and launch party on Monday, February 3rd as well. Virtual hug, ladies. Virtual hug. But that's the Wakanda we doing.
And we virtual hugs.
Yeah, virtual hugs. I want to just hug you guys so hard right now. All right, guys. So we hope to see you. We hope to feel your support. Red for Revolution. Ladies, thank you for being with us today. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you at the launch and listening party. Hopefully we'll see you. And if we do see you, please come up and say something. It's like, girl, I saw y'all on the internet, and that's why I'm here. We would really love that.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Nikki Thomas TV. We're out.